But it helps. Force of Vigor would help if we could cast it. Now, this hand is not strong enough. I don't know what opponent's playing, but our hand doesn't do very much. We have to draw action, but I don't actually hate this. I think I'm okay with this. I'm just going to put one of the Dark Rituals on the bottom. We gotta make sure we get a turn 1 thoughts. Oh, okay. Double Leyline of the Void is annoying, for sure. What we have to do when we get Leyline of the Voided is we have to hardcast Phoenixes or Dark Ritual into Phoenix. This is the second time I've bottomed a card from my hand and then drew it. So brutal. I guess I should play around days. I didn't really do that, but we'll have to see. Opponent's probably just on bug with ley lines. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to take Brainstorm. Leave them with Force, nothing. So yeah, Leylines would, Force of Vigor would definitely help here, right? I'm just going to go get a land with my hard cast land grant. So yeah, we're looking to hit Young Pyromancer or Arclight Phoenix. This version of the deck has a much better Leyline matchup than the other version, because the other version has Dreadhorde Arcanist as its second attacker, whereas we have Young Pyromancer, which is pretty good against Leyline. The opponent has drawn only mana, so they can hardcast their Force of Will now. So it means we have to draw 2 action spells, or we can also draw mana. I don't know. I think you have to up the green count by a little bit more. So I'm not... actually, you know what we can do, Anton, is once Upon a Time comes out, then we can play Force of Vigor. Because that'll be an additional 4 green cards in the deck. I think you just wait for Once Upon a Time. I think that's the answer. I think, yeah, once we get Once Upon a Time, we should be in a better spot. Once Upon a Time is very, very good in this deck. It's going to give the deck a lot more options to Dark Ritual on turn 1. So I'm going to jam this Phoenix. I guess I'm not going to jam this Phoenix. I'll give them the opportunity to tap some creatures, I think. Yeah, it's a free spell that finds a creature or a land. That's the first spell of the game. It's going to find a land most of the time, or like a Young Pyromancer or something. I guess if we draw a Thoughtseize, we can take this, Force of Will, or a Cabal Therapy. So there's really no reason to jam this Phoenix yet. I know it's pretty important to us, so I don't really want to lose it. I'm just going to go keep getting lands out of my deck, though. Was opponent finally casting a spell? Yo, what, Romaro? What's up, Romaro? How you doing? Everyone wants to emergency ban Tron over anything, right? Oh, opponent decided they're gonna thin their deck out now too. That's fair. Assassin's Trophy. Unfortunately, our opponent has double Leyline, so we're gonna have to use this on something else. It's always the second Leyline that gets you. They're gonna play a third Leyline? Demonic Tutor. Well, that's bad for us. I can't imagine that this is going to end well. I assume it's like Ancestral or Narset or Leovold or something. Could be Jace. I'm okay with it being Jace. We can bolt Jace in response, Assassin's Trophy Jace, hit him with an Arclight Phoenix. My opponent in one of the previous leagues played Lotus Jace on turn 1, and I went Dark Ritual Arclight Phoenix and attacked their Jace and killed it. And I felt real good about my deck. Yeah, they drew they got Ancestral, which makes sense to me. So let's see what they find after that. So they did find Leovold. Unfortunately, that's a really big problem, as they're going to draw so many cards by countering things against this Leovold. We could ignore it, but then they'll draw cards when we finally draw our Cabal Therapy for Force of Will. So I kind of think we have to kill it. I don't know. I'm not thrilled here. I think I'm going to kill it, though. They force, then it's still an even trade, and I can use this Assassin's Trophy, and then maybe we can resolve a Phoenix. So I think it's okay in the end. They drew a freaking mental misstep. God, This is not value, in case anyone was wondering. So hopefully they force this, and we can jam a Phoenix. And then hopefully that's good enough, I guess. If they don't force it, then we want to draw Thoughtseize or Cabal Therapy. Alright, well, time to start jamming Phoenixes. Phoenix number 1, what say you? Force of Will. Pitching Force of Will. Okay. Oh, I guess I could have ritualed a second Phoenix there. Yeah, I probably should have. Courser of Crufix. Interesting. Strip Mine. Okay. That's unfortunate. They're going to gain life off this. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to F6. I just want this game to go by faster. Alright, second Phoenix. Do you have a third Force of Will? They do. They have a third Force of Will. Unfortunate. Alright, I think that's going to be game. Oh, they are playing Ravenous Trap. Good to know. Thank you, Cursor of Crufix, for letting us know what our opponent is playing against our graveyard. So they have Leylines and Ravenous Traps. That's insane. And Deathrite Shaman. That's so many cards for the graveyard. Opponent really wants to beat us, which I see now. We don't actually want any of these cards besides empty against what they're doing. So we're gonna take out a Braid, and we're gonna take out one Faithless Looting, because we want all of our rituals and therapies, and we're gonna try to empty on them. I don't think they have a Bazaar. I don't think they're on lands. They're on Bug, but with maybe like a Fastbond Cursor package or something. I mean, they might have a Bazaar. It's a little bit suspect to be running Bazaar and Leovold. That's fair. I think that's a fair point. I mean, they might have Fastbond. I think they probably do have Fastbond. But they're also a Force of Will Leovold deck, so... Mulligan. Keep. Oh. Oh, I'm keeping. I just hope that we don't get misstepped. Didn't even have any ley lines this time. There you go. Someone retype for Catfish. He deserves it. They deserve it. Alright. What do you say about 8 goblins? Are we the perfect storm? We're gonna get Tabernacled, and I'm gonna be so frustrated. Crop rotation Tabernacle. I guess they're gonna just play a Deathrite Shaman, right? Ooh, this is good for us. Ancestral is not bad. I'm okay with Ancestral. Especially if we can get an attack in without any Death Rate Shamans in play. Okay, alright. Pass the turn, discard 2 cards? Okay. Oh, I think we snuck this one in. Yeah. Think they'll let us take a land grant here? Think they'll let us play a Young Pyromancer here? If we get board wiped, I don't care. Maybe they'll force so that our clock gets increased if they play a fetch land. Nice. Well, I guess not yet. I guess they would have to do 2 fetch lands. It's fine. I just want to F6 anyways. Alright, we're looking good. We're looking good. As long as opponent doesn't combo kill us. I like where we're at right now. I love that just like turn 1 ritual, empty the warrens is good enough sometimes. Oh no, please don't Plague Engineer us. That would be so bad. I don't put it past the opponent to have a Plague Engineer in their sideboard. They would be getting it quicker though. If they had a Plague Engineer, they would have got it quicker. Alright, so opponent either has a board wipe or they do not have a board wipe.
Briar's going to sacrifice a Scalding Tarn. I hope for Jonathan Orr it's not a Renin 6.
Oh no, does he not have any blue or red lands?
Oh no, never mind. Astrolabe. Yep, yeah. He could cast it. Yeah, nice try, pal.
Oh, he does. No, can't get that.
There's your green source. Astrolabe and a Snowland is your red source.
Oh, Aiden, not like that. Probably. I think I would give Aiden the benefit of the doubt there, but that's pretty shitty. Hopefully they caught it. Alright, another victory for Freebird. Takes down Bug. I really like the Empty the Warren sideboard plan against Xerox. Really good against Force of Will. They're pretty incentivized to not counter Dark Ritual because it's a pretty big game for them to counter Buried Alive. So a lot of times the Dark Ritual will resolve and then you could just empty the Warrens. Though if they had Force of Will there, they probably wanted to Force of Will one of the war empties probably. It's a little sus there, Samurai, because they'll look back at the hand, and then they go back in the deck, and then pull the Bayou, but I mean, I know Aiden